It's kind of messed up actually how fast time went though. 5 years?
Yeah, kind of felt like 2.
Yeah. I mean, I remember the first time we met in Oslo. You guys had that trip first.
Yeah.
And then this special trip.
I was actually really exhausted when we met you.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a bit like, oh, you gotta meet another person. I already met so many. How many is he gonna throw at me?
Yeah, but I remember though it was you and William that you were the guys who stuck out to me in that meeting. So,
Yeah.
And you were the guys who stuck around too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was actually, I wouldn't have thought that you would like stick to the end from that trip.
Oh,
But I figured that William was really, he really wanted to meet you. So,
yeah.
And he was really excited for it, and he always tried to make time. So I thought, like, hey, this must be important to him. This guy must be somebody.
And it turns out
I have to interject. You didn't know who Waterflame was before that meeting?
Of course I was, but just, I hadn't, like, read up
What
too much
is this?
on him.
This guy must be somebody.
Yeah.
He sounds important.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, but you're
Somebody to him.
You just like heard my name,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
Yes.
It's one of those things.
I mean, I've known it from Newgrounds, but...
Yeah.
And I've heard maybe 1 or 2 tracks, but...
There was, like, it might have sounded like I dodged the whole Norway trip, but I actually did want to join. I just, you guys came.
You were sick?
Yeah, I was sick and I had 2 deadlines, so it was like,
Right.
it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But, yeah, at least I was like, at least if they're in my town, of course I'll come for dinner, you know?
Yeah.
So I remember there was, I talked mostly with you, didn't I? At the table.
Yeah, actually we did.
Yeah.
And I guess you thought I was some kind of business guy because I think I was very suited up.
Yeah, no,
When we first went to Norway, we thought Danny was the Airbnb host.
Really?
Yes, because they entered the apartment and I came in like well dressed. Was like, hey, so this is kitchen. Because I saw it for the first time and I thought, hey, this was a nice apartment, so I showed him around.
That's good. I didn't know that actually. I mean, I just saw pictures. I've never actually been up there. I've seen surprisingly little of my own country.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, but hey, we're gonna see more
You've never been to the Juvette, right?
No, never.
Well, then we gotta change that.
I mean, we were supposed
to go next month.
Yeah, well,
Can we go next one?
maybe actually.
Maybe.
Well, we'll see where the road takes us.
Yeah.
So in my mind now, I just gotta like mission complete this month, and then after that, I'm like, we can do anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm going literally from like staying in my little cubby hole in the dark to being on stage on 2 different events and stuff. So it's like, it's a 180.
Yeah.
But once that is done, I'm probably gonna feel very free. And I'm probably down for anything. So Juve, huh? Yeah, I mean, now that you guys can actually enter Norway.
Yeah.
Maybe that's an idea. We were supposed to do it this year, but no one could get in.
Last year.
See? Damn it. Last year.
Yeah.
It's just all a blur.
Yeah, it was already booked, from what I can tell.
Yeah, it was, but... Yeah. I mean, you saw what happened.
Oh yeah, I saw
We
what
didn't
happened.
even get in.
Now only Japan needs to open up again.
But yeah. It's been a weird journey. It's like William said, first it was like, I went AWOL for like a year. Because I was like, at first I was very reluctant. As like, I needed to know what the heck all this was, and US was so new to me.
Yeah.
And it was like, all these investors and big numbers, and it was just like, all very...
Yeah.
To explain it another way, it's like I thought it all was exciting, but also like I didn't know the depths of any of it, so I didn't just want to be like, yeah, let's go, and then 1 month later, like I got screwed over somehow.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know you guys that well, right? So
Yeah.
it's like I needed to know what was going on basically. But the more I learned about the company, I was like, this is awesome. So, but yeah, then I had all these projects and stuff, and I went AWOL, and I didn't really like. I don't think even then I understood kind of fully like William's plan, I guess, to have like, because it's the first time I met someone who's like,
Yeah, I always thought you wanted like a flying city. You wanted to build it.
oh, I would love to build a flying city.
Yeah.
But
But that was his big plan.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Or a tower.
Or a tower. Or an island.
Just some like cool villain lair. That should be the end goal anyway.
Yes.
You know? Because I've never met someone who's like, oh, this is everything I built. Welcome, right?
Yeah.
And then you start questioning like, but what's the catch?
Yeah.
You know, like, why are you so inviting? What do you want? But it
Yeah,
turns out you want nothing but to work together, right? So
Yeah, I was actually really in on it at first.
yeah,
I went AWOL later.
yeah, you really disappeared later.
And yeah, I guess at this point I generally just wanted to try out new things.
Yeah,
So this came all to me during a period of my life where I generally was like trying out a lot new stuff, because I just recently got a laptop just to travel.
yeah.
And William was basically coming at me, was like, hey, yeah, I want to go to the company. I still remember, what?
I don't make those noises.
No, I'm actor. I make those noises. They're my interpretation, okay? So at first, I actually didn't want to go because I thought the Juvet thing kind of sounds like,
A place you get murdered.
yeah. like
He's like, wait a minute, I've seen
Yeah.
Deus Ex.
Kinda
I know how this
kind of sounded like a weird murder setup.
In the middle of the forest, no one can find you.
Yeah, but then I heard who else was going there.
And it's like, he can't murder all of us.
Yeah, I was like, well, if
It's the same principle as like when you walk the street and it's
Yeah.
like 3 other people are jaywalking. It's like, they're not going to run over 4 people, right?
Yes. No, but I was like, yeah, if I'm dying, then at least we're dying together. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, so I think after months or so of William writing the first mail, I actually got back to him. Was
Yeah.
like, yeah, why not?
Actually, when William
I
contacted
actually just wanted to see if this was real, if like he was actually gonna be like, yeah, then let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
actually,
he was.
when William contacted me too, I was very used to people contacting me online
Exactly.
with great ideas and
Exactly.
plans, and
Yeah.
then nothing ever coming to fruition.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna make the sickest game and the biggest company, and it's like, okay, cool. And then 2
Yeah.
months later, it's like, they're just gone.
Yeah.
So once I realized, like, oh, this is actually happening, then sure, yeah, I want to go to the US.
Yeah.
Because, I think I was in the same boat as you, where it's like, I want to see more of the world, travel, be less of a like shut-in, basically,
True.
and I get to know the world.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we and then we traveled to, we've been all around the US, been to Japan, we've been a lot of places in Europe. We're world travelers now.
Yeah. Plus, we started working on a project.
Yeah.
You got Welkin. I got a map and 2 characters.
Yeah. I mean, your game is like what you have though is super polished. Mine is just like,
And we just need gameplay.
yeah. What I have is more like one giant elaborate sort of not storyboard, but it's like concept, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of like, now we're at GDC, and I just signed up for the pitch for fun, but now it's like
Yeah,
shit,
you want
it might actually happen.
Yeah.
Because we checked in the mail, and William actually asked him in the mail, like, because we had 3 entries, and
Right.
and did you like actually was it just like arbitrarily picked from that? But they were interested in that specifically. So I'm like, now I have to make something out of it, right?
Yep.
So
when did you actually start on this?
It started as a music project 7 years ago, where I was like, I had this cool idea that like, what if I just start building a world and like a sort of like a mood and a theme around it. And every time I release a track in that style, I'll also like create art and build the world out a little bit more with each track.
Right.
Like, so one track represents like an area, and then sort of the story started growing with the project. I just had like a vague idea, but the first iteration of the game idea was that what I wanted to make it feel like was that it was a lost game from like the 90s or something that never got released, and the soundtrack was everything that survived from the game.
It's kind of a bit like I think I recently remember there were actually some new games getting released for some old Sega consoles.
Yeah, but it was kind of like, so the idea was basically that I've always wanted to make a game, but I don't know like exactly where to start. So why don't I just like, normally you start with concepts and concept art and stuff. So I was like, what if I just make the soundtrack first, right? Because that's what I know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it started, and then everything just like started building, and I started getting like a solid idea of the game, and then my fan base started like being interested in it, and now it's like they're equally awaiting not the new song, but also like more lore, because I've always been very like, there's always little hints in the videos and stuff, right? So for instance, in one like the Welcome Wing like animation, in the distance you can see a location that is the graphic for another track, and then you realize, those are next to each other geographically.
Yeah.
So they've started to like make maps and stuff, and like
wow,
like figuring out the world, and I'm just like dropping pieces. You know?
Okay.
So it's like a cool way to test engagement, I guess. But
yeah, I was gonna say they're really engaged.
Yeah. So that's how it started. I mean, I was going to actually start production this year, but now if this turns out well, then I got as they say in Norwegian, I got a rocket under my ass. As in, I just gotta like go then, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. But it's also been like when you guys met me, I was in a good spot, but I was like starting to get to that spot where I was like, I'm starting to like make real money, not just surviving, you know?
Right, yeah.
So that's been like I've sort of like grown with you guys in a way, because
I was actually in the same spot, I think.
Yeah, because when we met the first US trip, that drained my bank account. Like
it did.
After that long trip, I was like, I just need to like save up.
I still remember that after the first trip, I pretended not to be poor. So basically, everything that somebody came to me with was like, oh yeah, we can do this in a couple months.
Yeah. Just need to save up a little bit. Just give me a little time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that also drained my bank account.
Yeah. So what I was like initially, I was really excited about the prospect of the company, but the financial part of it scared me, because like the whole idea for me of starting as a sole proprietor was to never have to deal with that world.
Yeah.
Right, or as little as possible.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the people in it. I don't like what they're like. Their end goal is just to make money and then more money, and then once they have enough money, they spit on the people that don't have money.
Yeah.
Right, and that's just like the worst kind of person for me.
Yeah.
So I was afraid of like having, like I had just like started to enjoy, I guess, the freedom of being a creative, and then so that was like a scary prospect to me. But when I realized that it was really more like a game and animation studio that just had the funding, then I was like all on board. And I had actually not been in contact with anyone that that actually had something like an automatic trader bot, basically.
Oh yeah.
Like an AI trader.
Yeah, I had no idea what that was.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it, but it was like,
Yeah.
and you know, it turns out it's all on the books, it's all legal, but I needed to know what it actually was.
Yeah.
So I think that like that's where the first like year when I went AWOL and stuff, that was like part of the reluctance. It was like,
Yep.
is this something I want?
Right.
Yeah, but then but now like we've shifted it into like now it's basically we are a studio,
Yeah.
right? And we have funding, and I really like the place we're at now because we're a game studio, right? First and
Pretty much.
foremost, games, music, animation,
Hmm?
and instead of having to like rely on investors every year, we have or not just having the funding, but like we can pretty much pay for ourselves, all of us.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we probably wouldn't even need the funding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
it would be nice to have like as an extra to make project a bit nicer.
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel also that since this is going to be under the Autodidactic banner, right? Like, obviously we've structured it so that we own everything ourselves. Like, Welkin is my IP, and
Yeah.
like that's 100% my game, but it's going to be released through Autodidactic Studios.
Oh yeah.
And because of that, like I want to, like when I start selling the game, I'm, giving a percentage of the share or the sales
Right.
to Autodidactic, because it's not about the money for me. It's about making my dream project come true,
Making your own world, basically.
making my own world, and also the hype that will garner, right? Like it's going to elevate me to new stages where I can do bigger things.
Right.
So it's just a win-win, really. If because when the company grows, we grow. We have a stake in it. It's our company.
Yeah.
So I think it's really well set up now. I mean, obviously, it's a little bit different because for William, because it's also like that is his livelihood, right? Like
Basically, yeah.
So it's not like we can drain his bank account and
No.
be like, well,
No.
but yeah, it's like in the future, I'm seeing it as like it's going to be a bigger volume of give and take, right? Like we're gonna be able to take out more to use, and also what we use that on is going to also funnel more back. So it's just gonna grow exponentially.
Exactly.
No, not funnel, not funnel. Where did this guy go anyway?
Same with light years, by the way.
Yeah.
So,
it's basically what you thought there as well.
Pretty much. Yeah, I'm hoping to really get it kicked off this year.
Yeah.
Because in a certain way, it's already pretty far, especially with the entire look of it. I currently need to bring it to Unreal Engine 5, which is still taking a bit, but I think it's going to be a solid foundation for a developer to actually do work on, and I think this is actually much better than starting development in Unreal Engine 4 and then just later on, somewhere down the line, converting everything to the new engine.
It's gonna be painful. Yeah.
Exactly. And yeah, I'm hoping to actually kick this off and have a demo out by the end of the year, maybe next year. Next year.
You can have a walking simulator demo out by the end of the year.
Yeah, but I would like it to be more. Even if there's for me, it would already be enough if there were like some enemy types. Even though it would even be enough if they don't interact with the player yet. If they just like idle around somewhere, just have like a walking routine. Just to actually present the game in a way where it's like, hey, okay, this is an idea, and here the player should encounter enemies.
Yeah.
The world is structured in a way where you're in this place, and every day you're venturing out a little bit further, and explore a little bit more, until eventually you have enough stuff that you can actually freely roam the map.
Yeah.
And that's basically the base idea, and then have like a little dungeon, but that's not part of the demo.
Yeah,
Just a bit more. But yeah, that would be the dream to actually finish it this year. The demo.
I think because like a teaser demo goes a long way. Even if it's only 5 minutes of gameplay.
Exactly.
And then ending in like music and sort of like a little trailer.
Yeah.
Because you know like let's say the new Skyrim, right?
Yeah.
Like 3 years ago, they literally had a panning shot of a mountain ridge and a logo, and that's all you got. But people, it's enough. For people to like hang on to it.
I actually read on my YouTube video that a lot of people were like asking for gameplay, and it's I totally get that, but
because they almost don't believe that it's that good in game, right? That's probably why.
Not sure. I think they probably think it's just like an empty map, and which it currently is. But at the same time, I mean, that's how game development starts. I mean, Alan Wake, the project, if you've heard of it, I remember they had for 3 years they just had like an engine demo with a day and night cycle, and they didn't know what to make of it. They actually needed to get like a different studio involved to actually make a game out of it.
Yeah.
So.
That's kind of where you are, yeah.
Yeah, but only that I didn't do the engine myself, of course. I'm only one person, so.
That's a game where, yeah, I never played it myself, but it's the radio stations.
Radio station. It's very linear. It's very linear.
Yeah. But that was received very well.
It was
an interesting game.
Yeah, it was Remedy, I think.
Yeah.
Made it. Yeah, but. Yeah, game development takes time, and with some games even up to 10 years.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't want to take this long, but
although, yeah, if you're spending 10 years, it better be Skyrim too.
Yeah, or Duke Nukem Forever.
Oh yeah. I still love that that's called Forever.
Yeah.
Actually, did you ever play Iron Fury?
I did not.
But you saw it, right?
I saw it.
Yeah, made in the same engine. But
oh, was it?
Yeah, it's like basically the Shame. I don't remember the name right now, but it's like the look of that engine is like nostalgic porn to me, basically.
Oh, is it like one of these really old isometric 3D engines that looks 3D but it actually isn't?
Some of the objects.
Yeah, kind of like in Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah.
So it's a 3D engine, but it's the old engine cranked to the max.
Yeah, I think I actually saw a video of that. It's like the old engine, but they juiced it up with real-time lighting and shaders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just like the end result of that is just like such a cool look to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Anywho, the first 5 years of the company were really well, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been a slow start.
Yeah.
It's been COVID. It's been realignment. But I feel like this is actually, at least to me, I feel like we're in the best spot we've been. Like this is the best year we've had.
The best is yet to come.
Yeah, it feels like it because now. At least this is more a selfish point of view, but you know, the things that I didn't like dealing with in the company is not on in the forefront anymore, and everything I like about the company is now the main focus. So I'm like all in basically on that, and you know, the trades are going great and stuff, and like it's keeping itself alive basically, and everything's like become more involved. Me and William, we even have a basically a band now. So,
yeah, we kind of are.
Yeah, like the Autodidactic Studio, we have like what is it now, 2,000 plus monthly listeners. It's a start.
Nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we gotta end this video because I gotta work on Dylan's track.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna play Animal Crossing on my 3DS.
It's not. It's gonna work.